Justin Trudeau had his way, the version of the news that you are reading or watching this morning would be, nothing to see here, folks, everything's awesome, and if anything is terrible, it's Andrew Scheer's fault. In all seriousness, there were several things that happened over the weekend that did not receive a lot of mainstream media attention that I want to bring to your attention so that you can share it, so that we can hold Justin Trudeau to his account for his failures in these really serious matters. And first of all, I want to talk to you about a very disturbing report that a man who was supporting ISIS online and deemed to be a threat to Canada and is under deportation orders was ordered to be released into the Canadian public, according to reports. This is crazy. Moreover, this weekend marked the 5th anniversary of the Yazidi genocide. The Yazidi people are an ethnic and religious minority in northern Iraq that underwent a genocide at the hands of ISIS. And we're talking about, entire villages being decimated, shot, put in mass graves, and thousands of women being taken to ISIS to be sexual slaves, traded and sold many times like cattle, and raped. Nobel Peace Prize winner Nadia Murad, a survivor of this sexual slavery, rightly states that the genocide is ongoing and that we need to be bringing ISIS to justice. In her book, she talks about the fact that, there's not just one big boss that the world needs to bring to justice for these crimes. It's every person who turned a blind eye to the sex slave trade and allowed it to happen. It's every fighter, but it's also every person who promoted and recruited for ISIS online. So at a time when we are marking the remembrance of a very terrible event which is ongoing, we have Canada and we have our system here releasing people into the Canadian public, and that's just wrong. Justin Trudeau should be on top of this, but he isn't. Second thing that was reported was that many of you have heard about the illegal border crossing that's happening at the Quebec United States border, at the Lacolle border crossing, but now there have been reports of organized illegal border crossing at the Peace Arch in British Columbia. And somebody has recently pleaded guilty of human smuggling, or essentially organizing people to come to the United States on visas from China, walk across, and then many of these people got on planes, it's reported in this article, to claim asylum in Toronto. This is an abuse of Canada's asylum system, and frankly, it underscores the fact that Trudeau, as I've been saying for years, has done nothing to maintain the integrity of our border. People claiming asylum this way know that they won't have their asylum claim heard under Justin Trudeau for years and years. So even if they're, and they likely are, bogus, they will be able to enjoy all of the social benefits that Canadian taxpayers pay for, even though that their asylum claim may not be legitimate. We need to close the loophole in the Safe Third Country Agreement, and the fact that Justin Trudeau has been silent on the fact that now we're seeing this happen in organized fashions at the British Columbia border is highly, highly, highly problematic. And there are the Conservative Party of Canada, myself, we have suggested many ways that Justin Trudeau could deal with this issue. He has not done that. And so frankly, I think that at this point in time, he needs to go. This next story is going to just blow your mind a little bit. And it's reported that a Canadian lab sent samples of the Ebola virus and the Nipah virus to China. Now, the Nipah virus is a class of virus that was made famous in the movie Contagion. These are really serious pathogens that require exceptional control over, and now the RCMP is investigating this. How did this happen? What's going on here? These are things that Justin Trudeau should be on top of, and he should be talking to the Canadian public about this, but there was only one story that I could find about this, and it's something that we need to bring more attention to, which is what we're trying to do over the next week. The next couple of things are all Justin Trudeau failures. First of all, Justin Trudeau flew to the Arctic to re-announce old funding, so this is funding that he's already announced, and according to the Chief of Staff to the official opposition in the area, he locked locals out of the event, and he flew on taxpayer dime to re-announce old funding just so that he could do a Liberal Party event to announce the Liberal candidate in the area. This is crazy. You'll remember that Justin Trudeau changed the election laws so that political parties like the Conservative Party couldn't spend in this period. It's called the pre-writ period. And yet we've got the Prime Minister traveling on tax dollars to do partisan activities. Now, the best part of this is that the Environment Minister posted a picture, this sort of on Twitter, with this very self-congratulatory statement talking about fishing in the Arctic. Well, how many people would love to go fishing in the Arctic? Of course, this is all part of the same tour. She's up there on your tax dollar. But the irony of it is, and you can see in this picture, many people are questioning why she's doing this in heels, why she's holding her rod this way, and the picture doesn't really show that she has any line in her rod. So just another debacle of poor use of your tax dollars, and something that Justin Trudeau needs to answer for. The last couple of things on the same vein, Trudeau, Conservative Party of Canada members were trying to force an inquiry into the issue of public servants and essentially the Trudeau government telling a private citizen, a former ambassador to China, that he could not comment on certain issues. So this, of course, is very chilling in terms of free speech. We tried to force an inquiry onto this, and Justin Trudeau killed it. Interestingly enough, Justin Trudeau used the same sort of language that he did with the SNC-Lavalin scandal. Like, he did not direct anyone to do this. So you know, they're putting a priority on spinning out of these really serious lapses in judgment. This, of course, the reports on this incident said that the justification used for telling this guy to basically be quiet was the upcoming election. And that's not the government, the actions of an open and transparent government. And of course, then Trudeau did kill the inquiry into this matter. Okay, let's talk about, I can't believe this is only, you know, a few short months ago, but essentially you guys will all remember the India trip, the ridiculous, costumed Justin Trudeau vanity exercise India trip, which was just an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment worldwide. Well, over the weekend, reports came to light that Justin Trudeau's office and his prime guy, Gerald Butts, actually right now, instead of looking inwardly and saying, oh, you know, this was a mistake on our part, we've got to learn from it. Nope. He's blaming the Indian Prime Minister Modi. In a book that just came out, he actually blames Modi for this disastrous trip. Look, while this isn't ridiculous enough in and of itself, there's broader implications here. You know, Justin Trudeau, Canada is back. Justin Trudeau has really gone to great lengths to ruin any sort of relationship that we have with major world powers. I mean, our relationship with the United States is pretty much in the toilet right now. I can't think of one nation that Justin Trudeau has really strengthened any sort of ties to that would be a significant ally to Canada. But now we've got him basically blaming the Indian Prime Minister for his ridiculous costume failures. Do you think that that's going to go a long way in building a relationship with a country that, the proof's in the pudding. We export a lot to India. We send a lot. It's an important market for our products. We have a huge community in Canada, a diaspora community from India. And here we go, like Gerald Butts, who had to resign over the SNC-Lavalin scandal, but he's back, is now, what's his first job here, to blame Modi? Come on. You know, if Modi ends up watching this by some strange fluke, this is not the sentiment of a majority of Canadians, and certainly Justin Trudeau's failures on the world stage, those are his and his alone, and he needs to be held to account for it. Not reported at all, but exciting news. My campaign team over the weekend were able to start setting up my campaign office. So we are moving towards that election mode, and hopefully Justin Trudeau's days are numbered. But in all seriousness, these are the types of stories that just do not get the type of attention that they need to in mainstream media. Please share them. Please talk to your friends about them, because they demonstrate how badly Justin Trudeau's failure is when it comes to leadership we're going to continue holding him to account, sharing these stories, and working hard to elect a majority Conservative government in October. Working hard for you. Have a great day.